Today I would like to give you a brief presentation of Mac Realty, which is a part-time business opportunity for those of you who are at home or would like to earn some extra income from the office or from your home itself. So to know more about this presentation, first we will open the Google Chrome. Here we'll go to youtube.com, and here I will search for Mac Realty. The moment you search for Mac Realty, you will get this presentation which you can click and you can open it out. So what happens is I'll just skip this ad and I'll explain you about this presentation. So in today's world, most people have less income at the end of the month. Less savings means less choices to make, and less savings gives them less hope in their life for their dreams. So how can we help you? In the world of real estate, normally the seller gives 2% brokerage and the buyer gives 1% brokerage. But real estate is a business where the joy of earning brokerage is temporary. Only when you earn, you get income. If you do a deal, you get an income. Whereas if you don't do a deal, there is no income. So your financial future is not very secure. Here you can see in the month of January, this person has done a good job. He's standing on top of Jan. Whereas Feb, he is very sad because he has not done any sale. That means he has got no income in Feb. March is okay. Maybe one sale or one rent. April is very bad. So the joy of this real estate business is temporary. No deal means no income. What happens is, it is a very competitive business. Real estate is a field where you have to compete with a lot of other real estate agents and you have to fight, and so is life. So here you saw that in the previous slide, the real estate agent has introduced the seller and the buyer, and in the next slide they have got each other's numbers. They have cheated the real estate agent and they have done the deal themselves in order to save their brokerage. So he has lost the sale because of bypassing by the buyer and the seller. So imagine a real estate scenario where Avinash, Altaf, Dheeraj and Anthony are four real estate agents. Avinash has the seller and Anthony has got the buyer of the house. And imagine the deal happens. Once the deal is done, what Avinash and Anthony get is only 1/4 of what Altaf and Dheeraj have got. That means for a successful sale, Avinash gets only 25% of the brokerage, whereas Altaf and Dheeraj have also got 25%, whereas Altaf is taking rest and Dheeraj is playing on his phone. So what happens is, in a normal scenario, Avinash did all the hard work of finding the house, doing the site visit and coordinating with the seller, and Anthony also did the hard work of finding a buyer, giving him the details, showing him the property, negotiating, and finally what happens is Altaf and Dheeraj have taken 50% of the money without doing much work, and they have just shared a number. Now we come to the next slide. So here we have created a Mac Realty program where all can work together like a team. So how does Mac Associates Mac Realty program work? Let us understand it. Imagine Avinash, Altaf, Dheeraj and Anthony have formed one team and they have joined our business. So what happens is, in Mac Realty program, what are the benefits of this program? We'll explain it here. First, you need to register on macassociates.in, and once you register on our site, you need to call us, or you can also WhatsApp us on 990-2473-759 and become a part of this company. Once you have registered on the site, next what happens is, imagine you have joined Mac Associates and you have nominated Bharat as part of your team. Bharat in turn nominates Chiru and Dheeraj, and your business network grows. On the other hand, you nominate Bindu and another friend called Jeevan, who are having free time. They don't know what to do with their time and they want to earn something extra, and their team also grows. Here we have two types of marketing. In the first method of marketing, Mac Associates has houses, layouts and villas with them, and these properties can be sold by people of the network. So imagine Harish has got a buyer with him and he suggests the company's properties. He has to register his buyer with Mac Associates, and along with Mac Associates, they will help him to show the property to his buyer, and when the deal happens, Harish, he is called the deal maker. The deal maker earns 75% of the commission. And not only that, his entire team of 7 uplines, they get 15% of the commission. So how does it get divided? 50% to Jeevan, because he will be working very closely with Harish. 10% to Fayaz, 7.5%, 5%, 5%, 10% and 12.5%. So what is the second type of marketing? Imagine Harish has got a buyer and he gives his buyer's requirements to Mac Associates. So the company searches for his requirements among its database and finds out that one Mr. Rakesh has got a house which Harish's buyer needs, and he introduces Harish's client to Rakesh. Now Rakesh takes care of the client, shows him the house and makes sure that the house gets sold. So here Rakesh is the deal maker, whereas Harish, who gave the client, is called the referrer. Rakesh gets 40% of the commission, whereas Harish, who referred his client to Rakesh, gets 20% of the commission. And in the same method, the commission of 12% is divided among the uplines of Rakesh. What are the benefits of this plan? Here, you get justice for your hard work. Here, earlier we saw the case scenario where Avinash, he got just 25% of the income, whereas 50% of the income was eaten by Altaf and Dheeraj, who did not do much. Whereas here, you see a business model where Avinash, he gets 75% of the commission in the method 1. His work is to just give a client, in this case Harish. This is the first method. This is the company's properties, which are called projects. So deal maker gets 75% of the brokerage. And we saw in the second scenario where Harish has just given the client, he has just given a phone number to the company and he gets 20% residual income. Whereas suppose you were Rakesh and you had a house and you marketed that house through our network, the person who markets the house gets 40% of the commission. What are the other benefits of this business? In this business, anybody in your team sells a property, you get a small residual income. So when this person who has sold this house below Avinash, when he sold the house, Avinash got, that person got 75% of the brokerage. That is, in 1 lakh he got 75,000 rupees. Whereas Avinash, he gets 50% of that 15% we showed in the earlier network. In the earlier network we showed that when a deal is done, the uplines, they get 15% of the margin. So G1 gets 50%. So in this scenario, we showed you, when this person below Avinash, he sold the house, Avinash earned 50% of the 15%. So imagine that person sold a house and a total commission was 1 lakh. If he gets 75%, he's a deal maker, he gets 75%, means 75,000. Avinash, he gets 50% of 15,000, which is 7,500 rupees. So for any person in his line, top line, who has sold a house, Avinash will earn 10% of that person's money. So that person who sold the house in his team gets 75,000, Avinash gets 7,500. So that means if that person tomorrow sells a house for 1 lakh, Avinash gets 10,000. And this money is not given from that person's 75%, whereas it is given extra above that person, so he doesn't lose anything. So here you see a scenario where Avinash is earning a little income from all the sales. So that means he can relax in his free time and still earn something end of the month. He can also nominate his family members, and this he can give in the registration form he fills during the registration process, and he can be assured that in his absence also his nominee will be getting that share. So imagine in this business, we don't charge any brokerage from buyers. So what happens is, usually the brokers charge 1%, whereas we charge 0. So buyers are more attracted towards our executives who are part of Mac Realty. Also, if you involve influential people in this business like doctors, lawyers, housewives, and any persons, chartered accountants, you can take advantage of their contacts. For example, if a doctor or an engineer, he joins your team and he refers your property to somebody in his circle, they are more likely to take his word and buy that property. So this work of convincing is now done by this doctor's reference. He tells his client that, see this property, why don't you go for it? And the client takes his word and he buys that property. So you can involve influential people in your network and grow your network. So henceforth, don't worry about earning extra income. We are here to work like a team. So register today with us. Visit macassociates.in or call us on 990-2473-759 and be a part of this wonderful business opportunity. This business opportunity is free at the moment, but after some time we will be charging a charge of 2000 rupees per year, but now it is absolutely free. So take advantage of this chance. Don't waste your free time during this lockdown period and join Mac Realty. So what are you waiting for? Now is your time. Join us, call us, and be a part of our Mac Realty family.